I'm a Prime member, so not so sure if it makes a difference or not. Appreciate all you do to keep the VH flag flying. By the way, if you ever decide to protest at Eddie's house, a la Area 51 style, please let me know. I'll be there. Peace, love, and 5150, Matthew Krill. Well, I do want to say thank you for that note about Amazon Prime. I did check that out, and yes, it's available on Amazon Music. I don't even think you have to be a Prime member, but I do think you can buy it on there. And that's a good thing to note. You could probably also get a used copy on Amazon, too. I was joking about the protest outside of 5150, by the way. Please, everyone, leave that alone.
Yeah, please don't do that.
No. We don't want to bother Ed. He's fine. And we were just joking. We just thought it would be funny if everybody wore Van Halen shirts, and we were just so passionate that we were protesting outside. Is that we will not do that. No, we won't bother Janie or Ed and leave them alone. They need their privacy. So we're just all passionate about the music. But I will note that the DLR band, and I checked, is still not on Spotify or iTunes, but hopefully with David Lee Roth refocusing on his solo career, maybe that will be rectified soon. What do you think, Dave?
Oh, I hope so. Such a hidden gem that album is.
Absolutely. And our last letter, Dave's favorite point of the night, and it's a quick one. It says here from Darren Leach, "Hey guys, I only discovered your podcast a few months ago and have been loving you guys deep diving into the band and taking the piss out of each other in the process. Can you tell me more about this photo, please? I never knew Divin' Dave played guitar." It's a picture of Dave from like 1979, I think, playing guitar. Well, that's an easy answer. Obviously, that's Dave playing Ice Cream Man, which he plays on the first Van Halen album. In fact, Dave plays acoustic guitar on Ice Cream Man, and he also plays acoustic guitar on Could This Be Magic on 1980's Women and Children First. So yes, Dave can play guitar and does play typically during Ice Cream Man during the show. In fact, Dave's been taking lessons on guitar to improve his guitar skills. He mentioned that on his podcast. Any note there, Dave?
Dave also does harmonica.
Yep.
If you listen to Diver Down, he does it on the Full Bug.
That's right.
He also does the acoustic guitar intro on the Full Bug.
Yep.
Dave's been known to play some synth here and there on Intruder and Tattoo.
Wow.
So Dave, every once in a while, Dave surprises you and does more than just sing. But the best part of that letter is exposing fans to stuff that they didn't know, because you and I always take for granted that, people know all this stuff. And here's this guy like, hey, I saw Dave with a guitar. I didn't know he played guitar. And it's like, oh, yeah, he plays guitar.
Plus, plus you don't know how old the guy is. He might be way younger.
No, that's true. But my point is that, sometimes we're like, oh, why are we going to talk about that? Because everybody knows about it. And every once in a while, we get a letter where someone asks a question and we're like, oh, yeah, you didn't know about that? Well, let us tell you about it. We'd love to. So definitely keep those letters coming. There's no stupid question. And, even if you think we may have, discussed it in the past or something like that, we're always more than happy to answer any question about the band, as long as your letter is brief.
That's right. Dave likes him short, just like his own Johnson.
That's right.
And that wraps up the mailbag segment. And we are on to our deep dive discussion into Live Without a Net, the 1986 first ever Van Halen home video, first ever Van Halen live official recording of anything. We get into the weeds on that one, all kinds of little notes about that. Dave and I do a full-blown discussion on that, and it's followed by our interview with Randy Bachman, who is from Bachman-Turner Overdrive, who opened up for Van Halen on the 5150 tour from 1986. Randy gets into all kinds of stories about Sammy and how he got on the tour, and backstage stories with Ed. Really cool stuff. It's very Van Halen related. He has a new movie out, a documentary called Bachman on him, and there's lots of cool stuff there. Very nice, man. And this is all coming up next. Take a listen.
Van Halen, to a small degree, and myself to a large degree, are primarily motivated by fear and revenge. When we discuss how we felt when Van Halen 1984 went number one, when Jump went number one, and this kind of thing, It was a feeling of satisfaction. Van Halen has always come down to the beach with a sword in one hand and a torch in the other. And we always knew that we were going to get up there someday. And we took the worst possible avenue of getting there. We said, we won't try and accomplish it at all. We'll just lay back. If God wants it to happen, then it will. We'll make records, we'll tour, we'll dress ourselves up, we'll play for our own satisfaction.
If you would like to send us a letter asking a question or making a statement or whatever you'd like to say, you can send it to ddunchainedpodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Damon Johnson from Brother Kane and Black Star Riders, and you are listening to Dave and Dave Unchained. Crank it up.
Pick up the top seller, Van Halen Rising, How a Southern California Backyard Party Band Save Heavy Metal, the new book by Greg Renoff. Learn about early history of one of America's most decorated rock bands. Renoff goes deep into the Pasadena roots of the Van Halen brothers, David Lee Roth, and Michael Anthony. Go to vanhalenrising.com, where you can get autographed copies of the book, t-shirts, guitar picks, beer koozies, and more. vanhalenrising.com. Also available at amazon.com.
I don't ever want to do the same thing over and over again. Like, a reality show is just like, oh my God, I'd get so bored with the cameras being in my face all the time. But I do like the idea of moving into a different type of celebrity, instead of going out and trying to make it as a singer, a songwriter, musician, rock star. I feel I look stupid doing that right now. I do it out of love, that I love to do it, and for my fans. But to go out there and act like I'm trying to make it and trying to, become, some big rock star or something is embarrassing to me. It's like, I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry I'm still doing this because I really do like it. That's why I'm doing it. I don't need money, I swear,
All right, folks, you asked for it, and we are here to deliver. Dave and I are going to fully discuss the Live Without a Net 1986 Van Halen's first home video. And this was a huge treat. I can't tell you the level of excitement I had when I heard this was coming out, and I'll tell you how I found this was coming out. So I had just seen this concert when I was 16 years old in the summer of 1986. I went to the video store to rent a video for the night with my cousin, and I saw in the glass case this brand new Van Halen video. It was a VHS tape, and I lost my mind because it was for sale. It wasn't for rent. It was for sale. And it was, back then the videotapes were not cheap. They were something like, I don't know, what are they, $18 or something? And
no, they were more. Well, sometimes they were more than that.
Well,
they could have been $60 back then.
Yeah, sometimes, right. They could have been high. This one wasn't too high. It wasn't like that. It wasn't that high. But back then, for 1986, $18.99 for a video, that was not cheap. That was expensive. So I was flipping out, and then I realized I didn't have any money on me. You have to realize it's not the internet where you could just order it on Amazon. These things were hard to find. They weren't even easy to get. So I realized that I was like, oh my God, I am going to have to wait till Christmas to see this thing. So I was literally sweating over it because I couldn't believe it. I had to wait till Christmas. I asked it for Christmas, and I got it for Christmas. And it was the first live anything that Van Halen had released, and it was the first home video Van Halen ever released, which was incredible. And it was also interesting because Van Halen didn't even do any videos for 5150, so for them to come out with a full-length concert video was incredible. When did you first find out about this, Dave?
Man, you know what? I really have no recollection, to be honest. I don't have the vivid memory you do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I don't think I even bought it on VHS when it came out.
Oh, really?
If you can believe that.
Wow,
I mean,
okay.
I've always been an audio guy.
Yeah.
And not a video guy.
Right.
But I think and it was actually as I was watching it to refresh my memory because I had not seen it.
Right.
In a long
time, yeah.
I think it came out 1988.
No. That's a mistake.
Really?
The reason why you're seeing that, I think, is because it was either transferred or something, but I know for a fact that it came out on November 24th, 1986, because they were cashing in on the 5150 album, which was already a huge hit. And this was like a Christmas bonus type of thing, make extra money. They filmed it in August 27th, and they had it on the racks by the 24th of November.
That's amazing.
The quick turnaround.
Yeah, well, in retrospect, because today it takes them forever.
Please, forever
to do nothing. So that was really impressive. Okay,
right.
So
yeah.
So, all right, so that's good. So because I thought it came out sooner than 88.
Yeah, definitely.
As I get older, the details start fading.
Of course.
But the good news was that they actually had released the live video because, as you pointed out, they didn't do any MTV videos or anything like that.
No.
So I don't know if it was record company pressure or themselves saying, hey, we don't have any music videos. What we want the people to see, we want our fans to see the band live.
Right. Yeah,
so
they wanted people to buy tickets.
Right, exactly. So I guess they were like, well, since we're not doing any videos, we'll sell a live show.
Right.
Or I don't know, perhaps the record company was like, look, you guys got to do something.
Right,
So they relented and they did a live show, which I'm glad they did because the performance is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it is phenomenal. And here, the funny thing about it is, once this came out, MTV started slicing out videos from it. So they started making a video for Best of Both Worlds and a video for Love Walks In. This became almost the de facto videos for that album. So now, for example, MTV doesn't play the way it used to anymore, but if MTV was playing many years later, okay, after the album already came out, and say it's 1991 and it's MTV, and they're playing Van Halen videos, they'll play Best of Both Worlds or Love Walks In like it's the video, and everything's cut from Live Without a Net. And they just, because they have no videos for those songs, they just went into Live Without a Net and cut a piece out of it.
And I remember when the award shows were coming around in early 87, they did the same thing.
Right.
Because I think Van Halen was up for something here and there, and they would absolutely play the live videos from Live Without a Net.
Right.
Because, aside from the Blue Angel video for Dreams, they had nothing.
Well, they did have the MTV Unleashed special. That was something that I really cherished and enjoyed. And to be honest with you, this 5150 tour is more documented than any other Van Halen tour. Now, if anybody saw the MTV Van Halen Unleashed special, this was about, I'm going to say, a 35-minute documentary about 5150, the band coming together with Sam, and the tour behind it and the promotion behind it. It was a very interesting special. You can see it on YouTube. Go check it out. I don't care what level of Van Halen fan you are. Go check this out. It's one of my all-time favorite things. This is something that I believe should have been included on this set. They should have put out a Blu-ray of this with the MTV Unleashed special and with a double CD of the audio, and as well as all the stuff they left out. Now, the interesting thing is about this is August 27th, okay, 1986. It was filmed at the New Haven, Connecticut arena. I think it was called Veterans Memorial Coliseum or something. It's similar to NASA Coliseum. It's got a similar title.
Yeah, now, I don't think it's there anymore.
No, I don't even think it's there anymore. The funny thing is that in the title and everything in the beginning, you don't even know it's Connecticut. They just call it New Haven, and then they call it New Halenland. That's their whole thing. They took a lot out of the set list. If you look at the original set list, they took tons of songs out. They took an entire encore out. It's unbelievable how much they took out of this show, and I do not know why they did that. There's so much more to this show. There's got to be another half hour to this whole program that they completely cut out.
Is it that much? Because I knew they took out the opening song. They took out one of the encores.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but they took out, right. they took out like the opening song and one of the encores and other set. We'll get into it. This is something that, like we have talked before, an archivalist would handle.